Episode 9. The Sabbath in Heaven. Isaiah 66:23. If all flesh will keep the Sabbath in heaven, why do you break it on earth? Many argue that the Sabbath was only for Jews. Others claim it ended at the cross. Some insist it's outdated, irrelevant, or ceremonial. But the Bible obliterates all of those arguments with one prophetic verse. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. Isaiah 66:23. This is not Old Testament ritual. This is a vision of the new earth, a restored paradise, after sin is destroyed, after the second coming. And what happens there? All flesh, every nation, every tribe, every tongue, comes to worship God on the Sabbath. If the Sabbath was temporary, why is it kept in eternity? If it was only for Jews, why does all flesh participate? From Eden to eternity, the Sabbath never changes. In Genesis, God blesses the seventh day, Genesis 2:3. In the Ten Commandments, he tells us to remember it, Exodus 28:11. In Isaiah, he says, we'll keep it in heaven, Isaiah 66:23. In Revelation, the saved are those who keep his commandments, Revelation 14:12. The Sabbath is not a Jewish tradition. It's not a temporary ordinance. It's a divine rhythm of worship that stretches from creation to new creation. 7 soul-stirring questions that Sunday preachers can't answer. If the Sabbath will be kept in heaven, why would God abolish it on earth? Why does Isaiah 66:23 say, all flesh, not just Jews, will worship on the Sabbath? Can you name another commandment that we will keep in heaven but are told to ignore on earth? Why does God mention the Sabbath in a prophetic vision of the new heavens and earth? If Sunday were God's true day, why is it never mentioned in connection with heaven? How can breaking a commandment that will exist in eternity be considered obedience now? If God doesn't change, Malachi 3:6, why do churches think his holy day did? The Sabbath will be the eternal day of worship. Worship in heaven will not be based on convenience. It will not be based on cultural norms. It will be based on God's original design. And that design included a holy day of rest and relationship, the seventh-day Sabbath. No more sin, no more deception, no more man-made traditions, just pure, eternal, joyful worship of our Creator. On the day he chose, he blessed, and he sanctified forever. As the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, so shall your seed and your name remain. Isaiah 66:22. This is a vision of the new earth, not ancient Israel, and the Sabbath still stands. Final thought. If the Sabbath existed before sin, and will continue after sin is destroyed, how can it be irrelevant now? If it was kept by Adam, by Jesus, by the apostles, and will be kept by the redeemed, then why are you not keeping it? There will be no Sunday worship in heaven. There will be no traditions of Rome. There will be no excuses, just a faithful people, redeemed by the Lamb, worshipping on the same day that was blessed in Eden. All flesh shall come to worship before me, saith the Lord. So here's the question. If you won't keep the Sabbath now, will you fit in there?